Hello, YouTube. This is Poketch, and this podcast is personalized, hosted by Poketch and
Dragon Queen.
All right.
Wait, I thought you said Pinky Culture.
This is the Poketch channel. I'm Pinky Culture. It's confusing because I run two channels.
Oh, okay.
But I'm your host, Pinky Culture, running Poketch. But Poketch is the one that run. See how weird this is?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. We're gonna start off with
State of Play.
All right.
Yeah, it's been out for a bit, so I just thought we'd just quickly say that the State of Play has come and gone recently, and it brought us Among Us finally.
For
on Sony.
PlayStation, on PlayStation.
Yes, PlayStation,
Yeah.
Sony, all that jazz. Because it was on other platforms before. And they're getting special skins that's only going to be for PlayStation peoples, for the Ratchet and Clank. And they showed us Ratchet and Clank gameplay, so that's really cool. The more I see of this game, the more excited I am. I never got the chance to play Ratchet and Clank, like the franchise. So this would be my first title, so I'm very excited. It looks really fun. And they also showed Subnautica Sub-Zero, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the State of Play.
Yeah, just 3 games. Wasn't too long.
And the next one is we're gonna continue the Sony train here. The PS5 is doing numbers.
How well are they doing?
So can't remember the exact numbers, but I do know that they, in the same time frame as the PS4, the PS5 has outsold it. In the same time frame that since the around the time the PS4 came out. And we have those numbers now that the PS5 is out. In comparison to the same time frame that the PS4 when the PS4 came out, the PS5 has outsold it. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could look up if you could look up the numbers if you want to give the listeners exact numbers. But yeah, the PS5 has officially sold more units than the PS4. As far as launch, because it's right now it's the fastest selling console.
Yep, during the last quarter, Sony sold 7.8 million PS5 consoles. This means the console overtakes the PS4 sales of 7.6 million.
There we go.
Thank
you. Yeah, and to continue I wanted to start off
PS5 hype train.
Exactly, I wanted to start off with the PlayStation stuff. So the next one is a PlayStation and Firewalk Studios.
New multiplayer game, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have not announced what it is, but they said they're working on something.
Yeah,
so.
New IP.
Let's see if there's any more.
Well, the next Sony related news, but it's all gonna come out on the other platforms I was gonna cover a little later.
Right. Oh, I was gonna say the same thing. Demon Slayer, right? They might actually come out.
Oh, I was actually gonna say. I was gonna mention the Resident Evil, but I was gonna just leave that towards the end.
Well, you played the demo.
Yeah, I know.
And it was fine.
I want to cover that later though. First, I want to cover other news.
You said we're gonna do PS5 news, right?
Yeah, but remember that the Resident Evil was coming out for the other, it's coming out for PC and Stadia, I think, and what's it, Stadia?
Yeah.
And it's coming out except for the Switch. Pretty much everything else but the Switch.
Right.
So I feel like that could be covered towards the end. So next, no Konami for E3. So be sad. Everyone be sad. They said they just kind of too busy at the moment. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Sorry, and I saw you cut you off on that, but yes, Demon Slayer. The game is gonna add 2 playable characters. So you actually watched the show, so you have a better idea.
Yeah, well, it's 2 characters from the Hashi, this elite group that are like the top Demon Slayers, and people thought they were just gonna have like the main cast, but they added a few more extra characters.
And Sabito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And also,
I don't even know what the game is gonna be about, what genre is gonna be out. We don't know anything. We just know that they're just gonna make a Demon Slayer game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be based off the movie or it's gonna be based off just a general show. We just know that there's a game coming out.
That the movie has outsold Mortal Kombat. So yeah, Mortal Kombat and Demon Slayer sadly came out the same weekend. And at first, it seems like the Mortal Kombat was beating it.
Yep, it says here, Funimation, Makomo Sabito joined the playable cast of upcoming Demon Slayer game.
Upcoming. Okay, so it's not out. Gotcha.
Yep. If it was already out, like,
yeah.
I would have known.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Pretty hyped about that. Demon Slayer has been doing so well that even in limited amount of theaters, it surpassed Mortal Kombat, which is in mainstream theaters. So a movie that's in more theaters, more widely available, has sold less than like Demon Slayer, which is actually in limited theaters.
Yeah, so it turns out that in the US, I think it was only like 1,500 theaters.
Right.
Yeah, and now it has an opening weekend of 34 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat had twice the amount of theaters, and it sold less. So that is pretty insane, and Mortal Kombat is a video game series, so we had to mention it here. Hello. Yeah. So that's that. Demon Slayer's killing it. Seriously, please don't be upset at me, listeners, but I actually don't watch the show. Sorry.
I do, obviously, as I said, and yeah, I mean, looking forward to it. If it's good, I'll check it out. I gotta do more research to see if it's like, because if it's just Demon Slayer but it doesn't play well, I'm not gonna care. Yeah.
So the next one is a quick one. Super Rare Games to release physical versions of 5 of their titles, 5 of their IPs, and one of them is Abzu, which is one that I actually have. I own the game digitally, and the physical copy just came out at the end of April, so I picked it up. So I'm very excited about that. The other 4 are coming out later. I think they're like later this year into next year. I think it was. Yeah. So but the one I was the most excited about was Abzu. The game looks really pretty. You're underwater, like so nice. It's cool. So that's that. I just wanted to quickly mention that. Super Rare Games. And then we got Sega.
Oh, they're gonna release NFTs. Everyone's in this NFT trend. It's some kind of crypto thing. Like crypto art, like you're selling art pieces online, but it's using blockchain, kind of like what crypto uses. It's kind of like, let's say you buy like art from an artist, but it's almost like you buy like buying a painting but online. It's hard to explain. Even if I look it up, I still don't get it. So it's Sega doing it. Companies are doing it now. And yeah, it was an artist thing.
I really don't want to get into the NFTs because I follow so many people in the artist community and pretty much no one likes it. So maybe it's best that we don't mention too much about it.
So if the artist community is not a big fan of it, it's probably going to be exploitation. It's probably just like a company's just like making money off. Collectors and rich
pretty much
people
what it is pretty much just rich people and corporations that are getting money out of this, like small time artists or even the a little bit bigger well-known artists. I guess they could make some money, but at possibly at the expense of the earth.
Think of it like this. Modern art is bought for a lot of money because of DG tax write-offs and money laundering, right? So this is like almost a digital version of that. And of course, there's going to be little guys going to make some money off of it, but who's making most of the money? It's people like companies like Sega. But that's Sega news.
Yeah, but
we got some more Sega news. Castlevania Dreamcast game. This was wasn't this a lost game?
Yeah, it was.
It was lost content. It was released.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Castlevania Dreamcast lost content. Because it was supposed to be on Dreamcast, but it got scrapped. That game was released online for just people could play. And at the same time, Limited Run Games releases a physical collection of different Castlevania games.
Yeah.
So that's some more, Dreamcast, Sega kind of stuff. Because Castlevania was on Sega stuff as well. So There's that. Yeah, it's pretty big if you're into Castlevania. If you want to get a physical collection of the game.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool because it's just the fact that it went from lost media to a found game, and then it was sold on eBay, on an auction, and now it's out there for people to play because people were nervous that we weren't gonna see it for a long time.
Right.
But now people could play it.
There technically is a physical version of it.
Well, it's not. This is not a physical. Well, okay. Yes, there's one physical version of it that someone bought for like I think 20 grand or something like that.
But yeah, but obviously the one people are gonna play is like a downloaded ROM of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But the physical one is just like a dumped ROM into a disc that's sold for 20 grand.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the separate story to this, which is related because Castlevania is
limited run games releasing a Castlevania collection, as I said before.
Yeah.
And we have another limited run game story. They're releasing a physical location.
Not die. Anyway, so yes, they're gonna have. I'm sorry, I really love limited run games.
Oh yeah, dude, we mention them every week. Every week we're like, limited run games is doing this little thing. Like limited run games is great.
I'm a big fan.
They release
because they're one of the
physical versions of older games that were normally found on digital only, right? And indie games.
Indie games or games that like just don't like you just can't find physically anymore. So yeah, it's nice.
So that market is here, which is great.
I think the other one that does.
So they have a physical store apparently.
Yeah, they're gonna have a physical store September of this year.
That's where though?
California. I think it was. Cool. Yeah.
Speaking of physical hardware for stuff, NES. Well, not like the official NES, but an NES-like console. Think of the
analog
boy, right?
It's not a boy, just the pocket.
Analog Pocket.
Yeah, the analog
so
pocket.
think of it like that. It was not an officially released by Nintendo, but it plays Nintendo games and it looks like an official Nintendo thing, but it's not.
Oh wait, this is a story about that I showed you, right?
Yes, and it's releasing this Christmas. It's basically like the NES, but not released by Nintendo. It's like a third party kind of thing. These things keep popping up now because like it's retro stuff is like an updated.
Retro stuff is always in.
It's always in retro stuff, but what they do is they take like instead of just selling the old hardware, it's just new hardware playing retro stuff. That's kind of in right now. Some market for it. Fall
Guys was delayed on the Switch. I am sad.
Yep. But we got some more Nintendo stories. Super Mario Party major update for co-op. Says here.
Yeah, that was cool because I don't like it, the game has been out I think like 2 years and then suddenly like the other day they tweeted, "Hey, look.
This game exists.
The game exists. There's an update. Here you go. Enjoy." It was somewhat of a major update because people were like, wow. I think it was trending for a while.
We got Pokemon Snap news.
Not yet. I want to cover that towards the end.
Another story towards the end.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, we're still not going to be on Nintendo.
Yeah, free demo of Miitopia.
Yep.
Let everyone knows because you played it.
I played the demo. Great demo. They're hyping up a lot of content here. Since I didn't play the original on 3DS, this seems to be like an updated I think it's like I would say it's more of a remaster than a remake, but it looks fine. I enjoy the time I had. I'm glad what they did is they updated the Mii creation tool to be really advanced, and you can make characters look accurate. Like you could take these gimmicky characters or characters from other franchises, and the Mii creation tool is so well done that people are literally like making like Sans or like a Simpsons character or whatever.
Pokemon characters,
Kirby, anything you can think of, put into the Mii creation tool, and it's very cool because now it's not just like making your friends into the game. Like the 3DS one, you make someone that resembles your friends or your family. You put in the game. You put each character as NPCs. Now you're making like a Simpsons character, a Pokemon character.
Yeah. Into the it's very cool.
Their face into the game.
I haven't tried it yet, but I saw all over my social media. It looked really fun. Then we got an eBay listing for a golden Wii. being it's being sold for $300K.
That is yeah.
I was like,
was it a 24 karat gold? Like,
something like that.
Yeah.
It was like insane.
It was insane. I was like, what?
I think it was one of those like.
No, this thing's been around for a while, but it's a recent eBay listing.
Yeah.
That
I think it was. I think it came up for like along with like a game or something.
Well, I'm not sure if it was promotional or.
I think might have been because I don't even remember hearing about this before. Yeah, so that's pretty. It's out there if you got anyone has the money.
And today's main story, which is the cover, is this one might be a hoax, but it was such a funny meme. Kind of like how this podcast is personalized. We kind of like talk about memes and ongoing things. There's this ongoing meme that's been going around since the DS days. Where's gosh. For Super Mario DS, people were passing around this meme that was this finger character, this guy who's his face with a finger pointing at you was an official character for Mario DS, and it got scrapped. And when pressed about it, like Miyamoto didn't want to talk about it. Now it's like this ongoing thing where every game that comes out, there's a hidden file with this guy. So we don't know if this thing at this point was real.
Signor Pointer? Finger.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
So it's very funny. You'll see it from the cover of this podcast.
Scrupulous finger.
It just sounds like something out of April Fool's.
Yeah, but like
I was hoping Dr. Law would have seen it and like said something, but
yeah, like at first it was a meme about Mario DS having the because that's when Mario kind of started having like this low poly 3D stuff.
Yeah.
And that thing is basically a low poly 3D character. So people started memeing it, and now it's like there's a recent post by LuTube on Twitter, who's like a Pokemon YouTuber, and he posted Diamond and Pearl has partially coded ghost type Pokemon referred to as Spiriculous_Fingor. When asked about in an interview, series producer Junichi Masuda disregarded the question, seemingly unusually upset. So it's a meme. I looked it up. It's basically a meme. There's a lot of fan art about it. If it turns out to be real, well,
that'd be funny.
That'd be great. Honestly, that's like that'd be great, honestly.
Oh yeah, so the last Nintendo news before we go into Pokemon Snap later on, the Silver and Teal Space World GBA.
Yeah, Space World wasn't similar to E3.
Yeah.
But that was in the year 2000.
Yeah.
There was this Game Boy Advance from like a promotional Game Boy Advance, it's Silver and Teal, and yeah, so
it was found. There we go. Just gotta mention that. Now we got some like a few like random news we are gonna put in there. We got Battlefield Mobile coming soon, so you Battlefield fans. EA acquires Respawn.
Yep.
So that's interesting. And then we got an update as not this game hasn't come out yet, but the people behind it is an indie company, indie developers that have come out from the dead to be like, hey, look, this game is we're still working on it, we're still alive, look at this small trailer. It's Lost Soul Aside. So I was very interested when I first found out about this, because I was like, I never heard of this. What is this game? And it looks like a Final Fantasy Devil May Cry.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, what is this? I never heard of it. So yeah, there you go. If anyone has heard about this game and knows anything, there we go. So Lost Soul Aside. So yeah, excited because it seems interesting. Let's see. Before we get to like the really big stuff at the end, we got
an interesting one. Doom playable on a restaurant menu screen.
Right. So the Doom meme is that the original Doom could be played on anything that has a screen, And I love this meme. I love this meme to death. So every single time that I find an article or I find something on social media that mentions that Doom is playable on X amount of, or X thing.
Any digital device at this point.
Yeah, anything. Like it could be possibly like people. I think someone's like trying to do it on a calculator. Someone was working on a pregnancy test. Imagine like you're not pregnant, you're doomed.
Yeah.
A smart TV. Sorry, not smart TV. The smart fridge. There you go. A smart fridge. Obviously on on the smaller emulators. I'm just trying to think of really, because I've seen us Doom playable on so much crazy shit. And now on a restaurant menu screen, so would you like Doom fries with your burger? Yo, no, it's funny. It's funny stuff. And speaking of funny stuff, because this story is salt levels for me. Well, Balan Wonder World. They had a price drop. Good. Yeah, can you hear my salt levels in my voice?
A game that came out this early, like recent game getting a price drop this early means something really went up. Something really.
Square Enix fucked up. They know.
Wow.
They know. But you know what's really funny is that because I saw this price drop through War64. If you don't follow him, you should, please, because the best deals around. Always posting about the new story, but mostly like things on sale, pre-order stuff. Is also posting about the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X restock, so just get on there. But anyway, they posted about the price drop for this game that I'm still salty about. And I love how there was no link to it, because usually all the stuff that they post, there's always a link to it. But the reason there was no link is because there's no point. Literally, there's no point in buying this. So do not buy this game.
Not worth it. Really cringe. Unless you want to buy it for like review purposes or like make fun of it. You know those people.
Yeah.
That make fun of bad games.
Oh yeah.
Sure,
where's that dude that's like that friend of Spawnwave that needs to review it? Remember they set up what's it called, the signature website. You put in your that website.
What website?
The one that you make a petition, you sign and stuff.
Oh, change.org?
Yes. They were trying to make it change.org.
Oh, yeah. That was a story, too. That they try to make it change.org for a certain reviewer.
Yeah.
To make fun of that game.
Because the guy was convinced that this was going to be like a AAA Knights title thing.
Oh, my God.
Trust me, I wasn't jumping exactly on that train.
I remember that. Oh,
I'm dying, too.
Oh.
It's sad. Anyway, we're gonna go off to the big stuff now, which is because I need to get away from that salt level.
The big stories?
The big stories.
Which one do you want to cover first?
No, we got 3. Snap, Resident Evil 8, and Returnal. These are the 3 things we're gonna finish off this podcast with. So, Pokemon Snap, and Returnal came out the same day.
Yep.
The end of April. The same freaking day. Guess who did better?
Obviously Snap, right?
Yeah, Snap was it's already jumped to number 1 of the US in the Nintendo eShop.
Nostalgia. Great. Oh man, nostalgia hits you hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got 80 on Metacritic, while Returnal got 86 at Metacritic.
I mean, well, Pokemon Snap is a niche title. It's not. I don't think the reviews really matter.
No, but I just thought I'm just mentioning it.
Right.
It's just something I wanted to mention. But obviously,
Returnal is a next gen game for sure.
No, it does look like it. I'm not gonna like sit here and like make fun or anything like that because it does look like a good game. It looks like a next gen game. It looks like a really decent like title and all that stuff. It's just it's just not Pokemon Snap. It's just not Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if I would have been the people behind Returnal, I would have chosen a different day. That's all. We just chose on a different day because they got completely overshadowed. It was so overshadowed, I didn't hear any. The only person on my social media feed that mentioned it was Spawnwave. And that was it. Everyone else was just talking about being obsessed with Snap.
Makes sense. I seen a few screenshots and things like that on my feed, so it makes sense.
Yeah. It's also, speaking of Pokemon Snap, so I got to play now. I bought the game on release. Because I pre-ordered it. I got it. I got a poster of it. It was cool. And I played it. It's addicting. I just want to take pictures of all the freaking Pokemon, and it's so interactive. This is the most next-gen Pokemon game ever. I know.
I was a next gen spin-off, right? Yeah.
No. It's not
really,
just.
You say you think it's really next gen? Like it's.
Oh, this is next gen. It looks better than any of the main series. It just.
Yeah, it looks better than the other Switch Pokemon games.
It just does. I'm sorry. Look, this is from someone that has played all Pokemon games, but it just looks better than any Pokemon game at the moment. And just the way that the Pokemon interact. I mean, I just saw. Joe Merrick, is it, from Cerebi? He just posted a video of him playing the game, and a fucking school of Wishy-Washy, like the they turn into whale, ate him. I was like, no, what is happening? So yeah, it's very interactive. The way that they make the Pokemon
it ate his character like.
It ate the ship because he was submerged underwater and taking pictures, and the school of Wishy-Washy was a whale and just
it ate him.
Yeah, you could see.
But is your character alive?
Well, yeah, because your character was inside a little submarine, and the reason I say it ate it because it's physically happened. Like it
ate you, but you were inside a submarine. You're not dead.
Yeah, exactly. But it ate you. I was saying like you could see your character inside the body of the Wishy-Washy, okay. And he was able to throw like the fluff fruit, because it can't be called apples apparently. So they were able to throw the fruit to the what's it called, the heart-shaped Pokemon.
I love this.
Yeah, to love this. They were outside of swimming by Wishy-Washy, the school of Wishy-Washy, and I was like, this is insane.
So Wishy-Washy is a Pokemon that's made up of several small fish. And several small fish combined to make a huge fish. Yeah. Yeah, that's Wishy-Washy.
Yeah, so it's just it's very interactive. I love what they did with the Pokemons and how they like perceive each other in the wild and in what areas, and if it's daytime, nighttime, is how they will act. It's just great. Like in comparison to as someone that played the original Pokemon Snap back 20 years ago, I'm aging myself, yes. It's so great. I was playing it on my Switch Lite, and I'm moving. I actually move my Switch Lite around to take a picture. It feels like it's almost like what's it, AR. Or it feels like it almost feels like I'm doing like augmented reality, because I'm just moving my Switch around to get it to.
It is augmented reality. You have to move. If you have a Switch Lite, you have to literally move the whole system, like your whole thing, around.
So you could see behind you and on top of you and below you, because the Pokemon could just be anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you put on a TV, I think you have to use the Joy-Cons to move around, right?
Yeah, I know, your controller.
Right, but it's more interesting if you have the Switch Lite, because you're physically moving the system around you,
and then taking pictures.
Yeah, and taking pictures like kind of like VR a little bit, where you have a headset on, you have to move around. So that'll be an interesting game to play on VR for sure.
You imagine that in VR? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yo, they should do it. And then the last for Pokemon Snap news is that maybe you should put on the link of this video. It was a video of someone that made a fan game of a Game Boy Color version of Snap.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a full-on game, but it was definitely a video.
No, it's not a full-on game. It's just someone made a video of
a fan video.
A fan video
using Pokemon Snap, but as if it was a Game Boy Color game.
Exactly.
It looked amazing. I was like, wow, wow.
It was amazing. So there's that. I actually got to play because you picked up the controller.
Yeah, I got a PS5 controller. It's for I could play certain just for I could play certain games. on my computer. And as well, when we get the PS5, we can have a second controller.
Exactly, because it usually comes with one. So the last of this news is that I got to play the Resident Evil 8 demo. It was an hour long. And well, disappointingly, I was disappointed myself because I was able to figure out the puzzles and stuff, so I wasn't able to get far enough to meet like the vampire lady and being horny jail and all that stuff that everyone's joking about on the socials. So I wasn't able to go to horny jail, but it's fine because I pretty much just walked around. I mean, the game looks great. Like I was playing it, it looks great. I was just, I go up to things, interact with it, open shit, break shit as you do in games. But it looks like it's a full-on next-gen game.
Yep.
It plays well. I pretty much I think it only had one error or something while playing, and the rest of the time I didn't really feel any lag or anything. The other problem
was gameplay. I mean, I do have a gaming laptop, so it runs smoothly.
And that also helped.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I had problems with is that for some reason when you downloaded the game and everything, you put it in the controller,
it takes it as an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
so the controls are confusing, right? Because of that.
Yeah. For some reason, because you got it from Steam, right? The game, the demo.
Yeah.
So you got the demo from Steam.
And I went to Steam settings and I put PS5 controller configuration. I put PS5 controller. I detected a PS5 controller, so it's registered as PS5 controller. But when you play that demo, it registers as an Xbox controller. So that was kind of confusing.
It was very confusing for me because I was the one who was playing it, and I'm like, okay, so and the screen was telling me oh, you need to press this button to do this. I'm like, great. How does that translate to a PS5 controller, please?
Yep.
Yo, it was so it was so weird because for the longest minute I was trying my best to get up. I know this is gonna sound really weird, but so the character at some point needs to crouch down and then get down to the floor and get through inside a hole, chimney, and crawl. But then afterwards, you're supposed to press a button to get back up. You stand up, and I couldn't freaking figure it out, so my character was crouching because it said it on the screen, but button. We're like, but how does that translate to the PS5 controller? So unfortunately, I half of the time was me trying to figure out the configuration of the controls. But I really like the I have to admit the controller is really great though. I mean, apart from the me having problems with the controls because the Xbox and PlayStation controllers don't work the same. So, and then trying to figure out the puzzles. I still couldn't open it. There was one that you had to pick a lock. For some reason, I couldn't figure out where because I'm guessing if you have to pick a lock, you will need a set of
lockpick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lockpick set to pick it, but for some reason I thought maybe the guy the shopkeeper would have it, but I don't think he was selling it. And then
didn't you find it on the floor somewhere, like in Fallout? Maybe,
I guess, but I looked all over and I unless I missed it. I remember I tried my best to open and break everything all around me, and I read stuff. I had to figure out this puzzle with the angels.
Yeah, angels are clearly were symbolic of something else, and
apparently because if I was able to figure that out, I think it would have also progressed the story, and also if I would have been able to freaking pick that lock, because I think there was something in there that I needed. So yeah, so I was bummed that I didn't. It's funny because I got from the shopkeeper all this ammo and guns and I was ready to go. I had my knife always on me. I was like,
you have to do these puzzles you can't figure out, and you have a limited amount of time because it's a demo. The controls are off because it registers as an Xbox controller. The whole thing was not it was not the game's fault. I think it's just Steam, and it's horrible. And then that it wouldn't even go full screen.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I was
Steam
playing
is so crappy. It won't even play the game full screen. And then when you register the controller, I'm like, wow. And this we can only play it on Steam. That's the only way you could play it on PC. Yeah, you have to play it on Steam.
Yeah. So,
oh my god.
So yeah, by the time that we get a PS5,
Because we don't have a PS5, so we
don't. So we couldn't play the PS5.
I mean, it's sold out everywhere. You can't pick it up.
But when we do get it, I was planning on getting the game because now I'm like, I feel like I didn't get that experience of like fighting the monsters. I was like, I want to fight some monsters, bro. I was like, I was so prepared. I was like, I'm prepared. The game.
Exactly.
Bring them on. Nothing happened.
For sure. This one is kind of non-video game related, but I want to talk about it. Dogecoin is a crypto that exists. And right now, in this very moment of recording, it has hit its peak.
How much?
Just to check.
And this means you're gonna sell?
This is the thing, right?
Is it 50 cents yet? Because I remember the last time.
It's getting close to that.
Because I remember when I last checked.
It's not 50 cents yet, but it's in the 40s now.
Yeah. When I checked, it was around there.
Let me see. Oh, it's not telling me. Let me see the price. So, because Elon Musk is gonna mention it on May 8th, 43 cents.
43 cents. Okay.
Yeah. This is the thing, right? May 8th, Elon Musk is gonna be on Saturday Night Live, and he might mention it one way or another, and because of that, it's gonna shoot up. And yeah, so this might actually make me some. I invested in it early on, so this might make me some money for I could buy the PS5.
Yes, that was actually part of the plan.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan. Sell my Dogecoin, buy a PS5.
Everyone just do this now, please.
Yeah, everyone just like wait for Doge. Like if you have, like if you haven't invested yet, whatever, like wait for May 8th. If you bought on Dogecoin and you haven't sold, wait. May 8th is gonna be like Elon's gonna mention it. It's gonna go up, and you're gonna, PS5.
Cool. So that's our stories, and that was a show.
Yeah, that was and then a little bit of on the intense side, a lot of back and forth, but that's great. That's healthy for any podcast. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoy the finger guy. He's gonna show up in your dreams now.
Have a good night.
He's gonna show up in all the video games you play. Anytime you look at the hidden files, you're gonna see him. He's gonna be on your
pointing at you.
In your psyche, pointing at you every time. Yep.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.